Okay.
Just a quick note, you are phenomenal.
Thank you.
Period. End of story.
Thank you. My next award goes to Mayor Jada Curry. Is she here? She, I'm gonna ask. Maybe she may be coming back, but when we asked if we could be annexed into the village of Linwood, Mr. Blakey got a message to her and she wrote back. And usually mayors are very busy. And so it was just quite an honor for them to accept our request to be annexed into the village of Linwood. And we wanted to clean our act up so we could be good neighbors and that you be proud of us and all of those great things. So we have something for her. If she comes back in, we will acknowledge her. In 1 year, this is also something that's probably a rarity. I've gone through 3 boards of education. There was a board who brought me here, and then there was another board, and then now we have some of the people I've worked with, and some of the people are new, but they all have supported me. My next flame goes to my former board president, Mr. David Logan. Mr. Logan loves these kids. He supports our students. He just went on a field trip with us last week, so thank you, Mr. Logan. Can you say anything?
Thank you, Dr. Moss. You are, as been already said, phenomenal. You, it's just going to get better. I can already see it. I've always been committed to service, and serving as the board president was probably the thrill of my life. And I appreciate everything that each of you have done for me. And anything that you need, I'm always there for you. Again, thank you.
You're most welcome. My next flame goes to my second mentor, Gloria J. When we had to have critical and courageous conversations with the staff, Gloria said, I don't want to hear about the past anymore. What are you all doing to move things forward? And it wasn't for us. At times, it just kind of hurt so bad. And she's like, I don't want to hear about it. What are we going to do to move this boat, move this ship forward? And so I thank you for your leadership and sometimes having the courage to get me out of my shell, because I don't like having critical and courageous conversations. But you can't play nice about everything. So she's been good to me. Thank you. Do I have any more flames? Oh, yes. Did you want to say? Yes. Okay.
Well, first of all, congratulations to you, Dr. Knowles. As others have said, you are phenomenal, you are courageous, and you are a force to be reckoned with. And Sandridge is extremely lucky to have you. And I know that parents and staff know that. Yes, I am someone that has helped to give courageous conversations. I can see some of the people I'm looking at, they're like, yes, that's what she does. But as you have heard throughout this evening, it is for the students. And I too was tearing up when I saw the young people. And spending days and days here working with staff on the curriculum, helping to select textbooks, I was able to see the school in motion. And it has come a long way. And this is from someone, as Dr. Collins will tell you, with years of experience as a superintendent. You have an amazing district, and you should be very, very proud. We don't celebrate ourselves enough, and you need to celebrate. So congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to the board, and a special congratulations to you.
Thank you. Last but not least, for my flames, I invited someone to a meeting and they asked, why? What does the board want to talk about? And I said, well, they want to talk about next year and the capital improvement projects. And you are one of my favorite architects, but I know that you've shared with me it's a team effort. JMA Architects is a professional, full-service architectural and construction management firm since 1954. But for me, I felt like, I don't know if you ever seen the movie Pretty Woman, and then there's a scene in the movie, and she was like, I have money. Will somebody just help me? Anybody. And so Jim and Jim said, that's news to me. That's not the story that Sandridge has been saying over the years. And so I'm like, I want the school to look like a school. I feel that you need a marquee. You want to advertise who you are and what's going on. Now, I quickly learned from Dr. Alicia Evans, just so you'll know, they do phenomenal work, but it's not free to dream with them. So I have all of these renderings, and then I got this bill, and I'm like, okay, we're going to do all of the work. And she was like, no, you have to do the work in stages. But we were able to bring it up to a level of excellence where we feel our kids feel proud to go here. The parents have definitely noticed the difference. And you are such a humble person, and you always, you would say, when I would say thank you for making my school look like a school, if I can't sleep in the middle of the night and I'm sending an email, they always respond first thing in the morning, like, okay, well, it's just so calm. And I just want to thank you, but I couldn't afford a whole bunch of these for everyone, but I'm going to send back Garrett's popcorn for all of the staff, because there are like 18 names, and you all have just done a tremendous job with the school. So I want to say thank you. We're applying for a new school maintenance grant, and we're going to talk about that in the next board meeting, not the cow, but I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Okay, you're welcome. You want to say something?
I do. This isn't just me. This
Yep.
is the entire JMA. And we've got such a strong relationship. Jim, you want to affirm, he was the one that built the school. So we love Sandridge. We love Dr. Knowles. She's our favorite client. There's nothing we really do for her. You either get behind her or you get out the way. I just have one question. Do you think we overdid it with the colors here?
I was like, I like bright. I want bright. And then people said, why all these colors? Because kids need to dream in color. I'm going to call a few other people that we'd like to recognize. Randall K. Blakey. Okay. Just a small token of our appreciation. When I talked about wanting a blue ribbon school district, and we're going to be fully transparent, we're still working towards that. We're celebrating a milestone. I'm going to be transparent. We are not where we want to be, but we're better than we were. So thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to say something.
Okay.
If I can.
Yes.
I definitely want to say something. Absolutely phenomenal.
Thanks.
Absolutely phenomenal. We, as a village board, desire for the village of Linwood to be an education hub. An education hub that starts over at Safari, continues over here at Sandridge, and goes on to the high schools and to colleges throughout the country. When we're able to meet that goal, we're going to raise property values. We're going to have people just dying to get into the village of Linwood. And it starts right here at the school level.
Yes.
And when I met Dr. Knowles, I went to the first meeting and I met her. I was like, oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Electric, right? Electric. So Dr. Knowles, I really appreciate, the village really appreciates
Thank you.
everything that you have done. The board, we really appreciate everything that you have done. We're going to support you wholeheartedly. Anything that you need, just let us know. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. We'd like to honor Karen Wingfield Bond. I'm not sure if she's here, but if she's not, we'll have Mr. Blakey, if you could take her gift back. David Lilly said, when are you going to light this school up? And I sent him an email. He said, it's so dark when you walk in here. And I said, I know, right? And I said, I have to put some plans in place, but we're working on it. And then he was one of the first people. I said, hey, have you seen this sign? And he said, absolutely. So, Mr. Lilly, we have something for you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Smile for camera.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Rolanda Clark, is Miss Clark here? Cheryl Dunlap, Kirk D. Marshall, Cynthia Eves. If you all would please, we have some things for your colleagues if you would take them back. I'd like to also honor, as I shared with you, I've worked with 3 different boards, and I'd like to honor my original board, Kim Gravakis. You will see her in the community advocating for children. They started where our kids got backpacks and supplies, and she is my person in the community that tells me who's who and who you need to get to know. So Kim, I thank you. We have something for you.
When I first met her, she sat right here.
Yeah.
Right here with John. Sorry. I just been through complete hell and back within the last month.
Mhm.
So pretty much, I thank the Lord I'm standing here because I almost died. Found out I had stage 4 cancer in my stomach. So that's why I'm walking slow, and I notice some people aren't watching me really clap. I ended up with air in my arms. So it's hard to do some things right now, but with physical therapy and the Lord, I'll be all right. But when I first seen him, and we interviewed so many people, it was just ugly. It was like day and night. And I had one that said, I'll just ask my principal what to do. Well, why am I going to hire you and you're going to talk to the principal, and what the principal do, you're going to do what the principal did. So, of course, that one didn't work out. And we never cut an interview so fast in my life. And when I sat there, I seen Kim, and she answered like every question to a T, and I'm thinking to myself, how many interviews have you gone on? Mm-hmm. Why hasn't anybody taken you yet? So when we went into closed session, I said, if y'all don't grab her, you're stupid. I said, I'm telling you right now, I've got 1 more year and I'm retiring. I did more than 20 years in this school. I did the ice cream. I did book swap. I did PTA. I was actually a janitor. Years ago, we had a computer lab. Well, first, the library was all the way up front. So I rewired that and stuff. Then to be able to actually hire someone who really cares about the school was just icing on the cake. Yeah, the school's a little bright.
A little bit.
Compared to the 22 years I've been here, but I love it. I love it. I live in a mobile home court, and I do talk to a lot of the students. And yeah, some parents are going to complain because that's all they got to do is complain. But I've known them parents for 20 some odd years. So you kind of know who are the parents that are just going to complain because they got nothing better to do. But the parents that used to complain aren't complaining no more. So what does that tell everybody? I hired the right person. Yeah.
Thank you. My former board president, Jason Dykema. Is Jason here? Dykema. Is Jason here? Well, we have something for him, and we'll make sure we get it to him. Dr. Stacy McJunkins. Is Stacy here? We have something for her. Heidi Rogan couldn't be with us tonight. I don't know if you all ever heard this song by Snoop Dogg, and it is I Love It. He says, I want to thank me. I want to thank me for me. Well, this next person taught me to humble myself and not look in the mirror and thank me, but really it's about thanking everyone else, because without you, there's no me. Mr. Ward, I absolutely love you. You have humbled me. He pushes me like my husband, kind of like that little cute dog spirit, and like, stop complaining, stop crying. Don't let people see you crying. And like my husband said, stand tall. And when it's important to have people that you can call when you need advice. And although he's not on the board anymore, he's still a supporter of Sandridge. And when I'm having some of my low days, and my husband is kind of doesn't want to hear about Sandy Ridge anymore, you know. He's like, can we talk about something else? All we talk about is your job. It's really nice to pick up the phone. And I was like, hey, did you see the new school? And he's like, yes, I did. And I just want to thank you, because I just love you. Yes.
So when I first got on the board, I had no idea what I was getting into.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a lot of challenges. And she had a very tough road, and she had a lot of naysayers and a lot of people coming at her. And so then I went and I talked to her, and then I gave her this poem called If.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you need to read this. So I'll try to recite the first stanza, see if I can remember it. It goes like this: if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blame it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you but make allowances for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal with lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, yet don't look too good nor talk too wise.
In a nutshell, that's like he was telling me, you can't say, I'm feeling myself. And I want to thank my husband is here. I do have one. I don't have my glasses on, but I would know my husband in any room in the world. I think that's my husband. I don't have my glasses on. That looks like my husband. He's laughing. That's my husband. Can you stand up? My husband allows me to be able to do this work. Now, my husband is a man's man. He's not into like matching outfits. And I was like, could you wear red? So I know he loves me. He's like, we're not in 8th grade. This is not the trip to Great America. But thank you for loving me. Thank you for listening about all the stories about Sandridge and the journey, and for encouraging me to, sometimes I want to cry. And if I call home and I'm crying, he'll say, go to your car right now. No one needs to see you cry. And I'm like, I'm human. Like, I have feelings. When you see your name in a newspaper and you see things that are just unkind or not true, and then you're like, you know what? What do I always tell other people? It's easier to tell other people than to tell yourself. But I was like, focus on students and student success. Just keep your focus on the children, and the rest of this stuff, it'll go away sooner or later. But we have a lot of good work to do, and it's just the beginning. And we have a few more awards. On November the 15th, it is National School Board Members Day. And so next week, no, I moved it. As my husband says, everything has a place. On next week, we will be at the Triple I Conference. But I like to read this resolution and to honor my board. School Board Members Day is November the 15th. Whereas school board members are elected to sit in trust for their diverse communities, and in that capacity are charged with meeting the community's expectations and aspirations for the public education of their children. And whereas school board members are entrusted with the guardianship and prudent expenditures of tax dollars, and they are responsible for maintaining and preserving the buildings, grounds, and other areas of the school district that the community has put in their trust. And whereas school board members are responsible for providing leadership that ensures a clear, shared vision of public education for their schools, that sets high standards for the education of all students and requires the effective and efficient operation of their districts. And whereas school board members adopt public policy to give voice, that leadership and employs a superintendent to administer board policy, and are also responsible for the regular monitoring of the district's performance and compliance with state policy. And whereas school board members selflessly volunteer countless hours to public service with no compensation. And whereas school districts face constant challenges and the strong they represent through sometimes tremendous of our children and future leaders.